Alright, hey guys, I'm just gonna be making a, hopefully not too long video, showcasing, Schteve, which is, the, Far Cry 2 modding utility I made, as well as just kind of going, I guess, giving an overview of generally just kind of how to start getting into modding Far Cry 2, because, unfortunately it's never been super easy, but, yeah, so, first things first, you're going to want to go to my GitHub, if I can learn how to type. Also, apologies, my most recent driver messed up RTX broadcast, so unfortunately, you'll probably get a lot of background noise. My keyboard's probably really loud, so I apologize for that. But yeah. So here's my GitHub. So really, this stuff doesn't really matter because we're gonna cover it in the video. But so essentially, you're just gonna go to the GitHub. I'll put this link in the description. So you're just gonna download it, drop it wherever. For me, I'm just gonna drop it in this folder down here. This is a little example folder I'm making for the video. But once it's here, we can pretty much just close this window. And you want to take it and extract it. So first, let's just kind of take a look at it. So it comes with, when you download it, these two, disregard these. These are just GitHub specific type things. Here's the actual script, and here's the included executables that it uses. But keep in mind, like it doesn't have to be right next to it. You can literally put this folder wherever you want. Same with this. You modify it in the actual script itself. So we'll double click on it, launch it. Well, actually, about that. So I modified that myself. So for you personally, you'll probably have to right click on it and then click run with PowerShell. Sorry about that. Yep. So when you first look at it, it'll most likely, it'll more than definitely look like this. Pretty much a lot of red, a little bit of white. And so I wrote it so that way it's color coded. So if it's all red, essentially that means, hey, this file, or I mean this folder does not exist. And then down here, and then every single one of these folders will have their own like kind of either subfolders or like just kind of derivative files that are important. And so these are red because the file or folder that it requires is missing. So it's like, okay, you can't really do this. So let's just try to launch the game. Oh, what do you know? Executable's missing. Let's try to pack something. Oh, yeah. So first we got to fix that. So what we're gonna want to do is go to options, and again, so here's the derivatives I was talking about. So here's our main folder, Far Cry 2. These are the two main. This is a folder. This is the executable, and here's the folder where all the game data is stored. These are important. Yeah, kind of just down the line, just important stuff. But so first we're going to want to input our directories, and luckily you only have to input these 3 directories, and then these are either auto generated or it'll just automatically search for them. So first let's kind of figure out how we want to organize things. So I guess for the video's sake, I go into the Far Cry 2. You can do this however you want. Again, you can put it wherever you want. But for me, for the video, we're just going to create a new folder inside of Far Cry 2, and we'll just name it modding. The reason I added a plus is just because I like my custom folders to appear at the top of like a directory structure. Personally, you can but it doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want. We're gonna go here, and yeah, I guess we'll leave Schteve down here. Actually, what we'll do. First let's input these directories first. I'm getting ahead of myself. So Far Cry 2. So you can either type it all out. So keep in mind you have to put the absolute path. But so you can either type it out, or you can do is just Far Cry 2, copy. Then in PowerShell you just right click and automatically paste it. Hit enter. Sandbox. We'll do the same thing, except now we'll add the modding, and then I'll name it sandbox. And then same thing here. Yeah, we'll put the tools in here as well. Why not? And tools. And see right here, these folders don't exist. Well, actually, so you look up here. This got fixed. So now everything's white. That means it exists. Let's alright, let's go ahead and take our tools folder. We'll throw it in here just for organization's sake. And let's just type something that doesn't exist. Let's see. Nope. Oh, fuck. Yep, I made an oopsie doopsie. Huh. There you go. If you notice, I left out the plus modding. So this folder, this directory is accurate. We'll press enter, leave that as is. This we'll leave as is. And this one, we will adjust this one. So let's just click into here, right click. There we go. There we go. Now it's all fixed. I was wondering. I thought I broke something. Alright. So, also anywhere in the script, you can just type exit to exit the script. I'm doing it just so we can. I'm gonna take this, go back. I'm gonna delete that and throw it right there. Actually, I'll just delete that as well, just because it looks prettier like this. But and also, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to open it in Windows Terminal. This does not matter. It's more visually pleasing. So I'm going to do it this way. So again, feel free to just keep using PowerShell. But yeah, Windows Terminal is pretty. I recommend everyone use it. But anyways, so I'm just going to launch it here, and now we're back in Schteve, and it just looks spunkier. So if we notice, we still have the sandbox messed up. So we're going to go to options and init. So essentially what that just did is it created our sandbox folder as well as all the subdirectories that we're going to need for it to work. And that's a very important step. If you do not forget to do init, because nothing will work. Alright, but we notice we still have patch unpack missing. That's because to generate that, that's all the raw data from the game that's stripped. So now pretty much everything's whited out. Oh, also color coding. So as I mentioned earlier, white is good, red is bad. And then up here, if there's a red asterisk, that means, hey, the main folder exists, but there is a specific subdirectory or or just a file that doesn't exist. So before we do anything, I'm just going to launch the game and just I guess show it what it looks like. Because so in this example, what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the main menu kind of watermark as well as show a little bit of like texture converting and the XML decode functionality. But yeah. So this isn't, also heads up, this isn't like vanilla Far Cry 2. This is my Far Cry 2 modernized mod that I made a while back. Only thing is, just for this video, I went ahead and removed the watermark. So this is like a upscaled normal vanilla watermark. But yeah, so if we look, normal vanilla watermark. By the end of this video, we'll fix that. It's all pretty much automated. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna click unpack, and essentially what this is gonna do, or I'll run it, and this is gonna take a while, but essentially, there we go. So essentially what this is gonna do is it's gonna go through, let's see, yeah, it's gonna go through your DataWin32 directory, find all your common.dat and common.dat files recursively, and it's going to unpack all of them and then throw them into your raw files folder. But these files are pretty long, it's pretty time consuming, but again, it automates all of it, does it all for you. Another thing it does is it will convert the language files, so that way you can change all the strings in the game without having to manually do that yourself. It's pretty handy, and just a few other things it automates, but this is very time consuming, and I guess I'll probably edit this, just have it fast forward through this, because again, this is very time consuming. But and we'll be back in a few minutes. Or I guess for you guys in a few seconds. Alright, so now that unpacking is done, we can actually start modifying the game. So all the game files got unpacked and thrown into this directory. However, the main file that you use for FARCRY2 modding, patch unpack, it threw out here, so it's easier to. It's special, you know, it gets its special little place. But also, I just remembered earlier I said I'd try to make this relatively quicker, hopefully not take too long. That's probably not going to happen, because I'm notorious for rambling. So apologies in advance. I don't know how long this video is going to be. Probably too long, but anyways. So here's our patch unpack folder. So with here, for this example, what we're going to do is we're just going to replace the logo, and how to go about doing that, or the watermark. Apologies. So the watermark is stored in, I'm not going to go over really exactly locations of like all important locations for stuff. There are resources for that that you can look into, but yeah. So for here, I'm just going to go to UI, textures, common, and then in here, logo, new 01 and 02. These are our watermark files. So we're just going to copy those. What we're going to do is we're going to take them, throw them in texture conversion. They're XBT, so we're going to copy them here. And what we're going to do, go back over to Schteve over here, and we're going to do type convert. And then convert, we're going to type 1, because it's going to convert these XBTs. So these XBTs, these are not arbitrary was the word. The word escapes me, but essentially, they're not readable. We can't do anything with them. We have to convert them to a format to where we can actually modify them. So you can go to convert and type 1 to convert them from XBT to DDS. Done. Cool. Now let's go to our DDS folder. Oh hey, what do you know? They had it converted them. Awesome. So what you can do, you can convert them, and then you can take these. You can open these with a Photoshop, or personally I use GIMP because GIMP is free, and prefer to not load maps. And then here you can modify these however you want. But I don't feel like doing that in this video, so I just went ahead and pre-prepared these two logos, and these are again from my FARCRY2 modernized mod. So we're just gonna take these, replace these two folders. Now they're replaced here. We're gonna go back, and we're gonna type 2 now, because now we're gonna convert them back from DDS to XBT. So from that readable format to this non-readable arbitrary format. Back. All right. So now that they're moved back in here, we can take these, go over to, we're gonna copy them, go back to patch unpack, and we're going to go back to our folder, drop them in here, replace, and boom, now it's replaced. But before we do that, I'm going to show a few other things. So let's go to generated. So the decode functionality. Yeah, so normally this would be entity library patch override.fcb, which is again non-readable unless you convert it and do a whole bunch of junk. So what we're going to do, we're going to go in this folder, copy all these, we're going to throw them into our XML decoding, just drop them, drag and drop, and then we'll type decode. But you'll see here, they should all, oh, there we go, cool. So essentially the color coding is red. Red just means it was already converted, so nothing changed. But then white means it successfully it wasn't converted prior, and then it went ahead and decoded them for you. So that's very handy. Once you start, I guess, getting into modifying these files, it's very handy to go ahead and decode them. So now we're just going to take those, go back to generated. We're going to get rid of all that junk, copy and paste. These are the decoded ones we just replaced. then last thing I'm going to showcase is languages. The how I converted, not French. I'm not French, clearly, but the Oasis strings. These are essentially just all the strings in the game that you can modify. So I'm just gonna, let's see, press any key. I think that's what it was. Yep, press any key. We're gonna name this to sub. Control S to save. Close that out. Now, now that we made all those changes, all we gotta do is go back to Schteve, type pack, and it's going to reconvert all of the language files. Oh, done converting, done converting. Yep, those are some debug strings I threw in that I forgot to remove. So, by the time this video goes up, that will be removed. I'll update my GitHub, but yeah. So essentially, what it did is it just reconverted all those files to the proper format, and then it packed, patch unpack, and then moved it into the FARCRY2 directory. And yeah, now we can just hit start. We didn't have to worry about drag and dropping. For those that are unfamiliar, used to be you would have to have 3 or 4 at least directories open, and File Explorer just constantly drag and dropping stuff. Drag it over here, convert, drag over here, convert, drag. Yeah, it's like copy paste. Yeah, it was so tedious, which is what inspired me to work on this. Because I don't know, personally, I just really enjoy PowerShell automation. But yeah, so that should be, unless I made a oopsie doopsie, that should be everything. I don't know how long this video is. It's probably way too long. Yep, so there's an example of the language files, the Oasis strings file. Enter. Oh, and look, our watermark has appeared. So, awesome. Yeah, so yeah, the debug those 2 little magenta colored lines, those won't be there once this video goes up. But yeah, hope you guys found this useful. Apologies for the video being fucking 83 minutes long, but yeah, any questions, just drop them in the comments, I guess. Hopefully this was helpful, and have a good one.